Hi there, folks. This is Jen. I am the Center Director here at the Eastern 4-H Center. I'm glad that you could come out and do our crafts today. We are going to make a bird feeder, and with our supply list that you've hopefully downloaded, you have all your supplies. If not, you can use this as the tutorial and then go get the supplies later and make your bird feeder later. So the things that you're going to need are you need either a pine cone or a bagel. Either or, they both will work. You need some peanut butter or any other sort of nut butter or even Crisco or shortening, something that you can use to stick the bird feed to. So you'll also need some birdseed. Those are all the ingredients that you need. And then you also just need some string because that will allow us to tie up our bird feeders outside. So let's get started. So if you have your pine cone, the way that you want to tie your string onto your pine cone, and we do this first so that it's already done before we put the peanut butter on it. That way we don't have sticky fingers, or like I said, if we don't want to have that all over our fingers, then to tie our string. So you're going to take the string and wrap it around the top. And you're going to make a knot here with your string. So if you need some help, you can maybe ask a parent or an older sibling. And to make that a little bit tighter, we're going to want to tie a double knot. So we're just going to want to put one more knot in there to make that nice and tight so our string stays on our pine cone. Then to make our top loop so that you can loop it over a branch, you're going to want to take your two ends and tie a knot in your string, just like that. And then you're going to want to pull your strings to make sure it's nice and tight. And if you want, you can secure it again with a double knot to make it a little tighter, just to make sure it's absolutely secure. Now, when you go outside, if you don't have a branch that this will fit on, you can take a paper clip and you can bend it to make it look like a little hook that you would for Christmas, and hang it that way as well if you don't have a branch that would fit on outside. So if you have a bagel with you, the way you're going to tie your bagel up is just put the string through the hole, and then we're going to do that last step. We're going to make the knot at the end of our two strings, just like this. And again, pull it, and if it seems like it's going to slip out a little bit, do your double knot, one more knot in there, and then pull just to make sure that it's nice and tight. So those are your ways to put on your strings. So the next step is to take our peanut butter. Now, if you're using a pine cone, you can see I have my peanut butter on a plate or whatever kind of nut butter you're using, or if you're using Crisco or shortening, that will work as well. Because I don't want to put this knife on the pine cone and then dip it back into my peanut butter container that everyone might be using later to make sandwiches. So we want to put it on the plate so this knife isn't touching the pine cone and then going back in the jar. So all you're going to do is take your peanut butter, or whatever you're using as your glue, basically, edible glue. You're going to want to just spread it all over your pine cone or your bagel, whichever one you have. You can see I'm kind of moving the string so it doesn't get peanut butter all over it on this. So this will take you just a little bit of time as you work around and move your string as you are spreading your peanut butter all over your pine cone. And your fingers are going to get a little messy, but that's okay. You can always wash them later, or if you're using, I wouldn't do this if you're using Crisco, but you can always lick your fingers later when you're done. If you enjoy your nut butter that you're using. And have a little snack. inside, or you can just wash it off when we're done. All right, once you get all of your peanut butter spread all over your pine cone or your bagel, you're gonna move to your bird seed here. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna roll this kind of like a piece of corn on the cob. And as you can see, I'm kind of patting it down. That way, hopefully, the bird seed will just stick. You just keep, and if you have to, shake the plate to get the seed back. And then you just check it. And there is what your pine cone would look like as your bird feeder. So that's the one option if you have a pine cone ready, and that is your bird feeder. Or like I said, some of you might have been using a bagel. Now with a bagel, you could have split it in half if you wanted, and I didn't say that at the beginning. But if you didn't want to use the whole thing, or if you wanted to make two, you could split it in half, and that way you can make two bird feeders if you wanted. Or you can have the other half as a snack. But with the bagel, you're just gonna want to spread the peanut butter all over your bagel. And I'm doing the top side here, and in a minute we will get the other side as well, because we will want both sides, and that way birds will have two sides to eat. And it's the whole thing. And this way they can also, with this one, they're gonna also eat the bread as well. So eventually this whole thing will be gone from your yard after all the birds have eaten this. And what you can do, as you can see, I'm gonna put this down to get this other side so it's not just hanging out in the wind here, to help you control it a little bit better. And as you can see, I'm spreading the bird seed on both sides of this. Get a little bit more right there. And this way, the birds on this one are going to eat the bagel as well. So then we do exactly what we just did with the pine cone. And then to get the sides, you can take this and just move your hands up the side so that you can get your bird seed all over. And that is what your bagel bird feeder would look like. So I hope you enjoyed making your bird feeders today. And you can go outside and find a place to hang them up. Hope you have a good day, guys.